Hello, I'm Leonard Nimoy. On the 1943 war front, Dwight Eisenhower prepared his troops for the invasion of Italy. On the home front, times were hard. America started rationing meat, canned goods, cheese, and even shoes. 1943 was also the year that women started working in war factories right alongside men. Also in 1943, Humphrey Bogart's great film Casablanca hit the theaters, and a ticket to see it cost 10 cents. In sports, Georgia won the Rose Bowl. And now, we present the 1943 episode of Our 20th Century.
Advance units of the British Eighth Army enter Tripoli, metropolis of Libya. Climax of a drive that chased the Nazis 1,300 miles in 13 weeks. Today, the monument to the wolf that suckled the twin founders of Rome looks down upon victorious British tanks. Scene of official surrender. General Montgomery receives the Italian governor, his Lord Mayor, and Chief of Police. With the Union Jack flying over Libya, General Montgomery is not one to rest on his laurels. Riding through the city that once was the pride of Mussolini's colonial empire, General Montgomery pushes on to join the Americans and the British First Army in the fight for Tunisia. Already his tanks are on the move toward the final battle for North Africa. In the South Pacific, Allied air forces are increasing their attacks upon the Japs. Giant liberators, bound for Nauru, an important Japanese base northeast of the Solomon Islands, leave the enemy stronghold smoking and in flames. Now Attu, in the bleak, barren Aleutians. Here, more than 2,000 miles from the United States, planes lead the way in the drive that blasts the Japs from the island. Infantrymen track down the enemy, prepared to fight hand to hand. The result, the Japanese garrison wiped out. In North Africa, Captain Eddie Rickenbacker, famous ace of the last war, talks with pilots of General Doolittle's bomber command. These are some of the men who are softening up Italy and the continent for invasion. Once a year, Hollywood honors its brightest stars. Tonight, they also salute the 27,000 men of the cinema industry now serving in the armed forces. Now, Gary Cooper, voted the best actor for 1941, awards the prize for 1942. The winner, Jimmy Cagney, for his Yankee Doodle Dandy. From lovely Joan Fontaine, Irish-born Greer Garson wins the award for her unforgettable Mrs. Miniver, the new king and queen of Movieland. In Hollywood studios, an army of skilled technicians produce hundreds of motion pictures every year. Today, the great studios work not only to supply entertainment to people at home, but have dedicated their resources to the armed forces wherever they serve. Army units assigned to making training films and to photograph action at the front learn camera technique from studio experts. In laboratories and cutting rooms, men in uniform are preparing their own productions. They study training films made by the industry and films made by their own signal corps. Whether it's how to put on a gas mask or how to handle a gun, everything is covered in Army motion pictures. The latest feature pictures, made for theaters, are reduced to 16mm size for showings at Army camps at home and overseas. Every week, Army planes transport 150 features, some 200 newsreels and short subjects to fighting forces around the world.
Ah, yes. Psychology is being used to train the youngsters of Vancouver, British Columbia, as Captain Bates introduces the Mickey Mouse gas mask to a kindergarten class. The Mickey Mouse gas mask is attractively colored and equipped with a noisemaker which operates when the wearer exhales. The children become so occupied with the play element that their minds are kept far from fear. The masks retail for $1.25, or when occasion requires, they will be donated. And do the children approve? Well, this picture tells the story why they even fit the masks to their dogs.